Hello everyone, my name is Sick, and welcome back to the 5th video for our community project. So, I want to do a few things in this video, and one of them is to make sure that this trigger right here, which is the radio trigger to call in our new pirate friends, is actually hidden, which I didn't know how to do it in the last video, but I found a way. And for that, we need to go back into the mission folder and into the init.sqf. Alright. So, we're in the mission folder, and I've opened up my init.sqf. And in it, we want to place down the following, which I copied. 1, set radio message null. Right, and 1 should be the number corresponding to the radio channel. So you have 1 being alpha, 2 being bravo, 3 being Charlie, 4 being delta, etc, etc. Now, this radio is actually delta, so we need a number 4. Null is making sure that it doesn't have any text, and that's why it doesn't show up. So we want to go back into the game in just a second, and then we're going to use this same message, and I'm going to copy it with 4, and then we're going to basically change null for a well, for whatever you want it to be, like the message that should show up in the radio menu. Alright, so close this down, save it, and let's jump back into the game. Alright, now that we're back in the game, we could actually test this by playing the scenario. Now if you open up the radio menu, all we get is the 3 messages. Right. So that works really well, but now of course we need to make sure that this is becoming visible again. And this is, let's see, fuel truck present. We should go over to the other side of the island, of course. And let's see, I think this is the one. Fuel truck present 1. This is what our radio trigger calls for to see if it's been activated or not before you can actually activate that trigger, or activate the radio trigger. So we're going to have a semicolon there, we're going to paste what we already had before, and we're going to say call in your pirate friends. Now again, this is something that we need to test. So let's see. We're going to get our fuel truck. Let's see. It's flying around a little bit. Let's see. Follow this road. There we go. Right. So we want to place it down over here. Turn it to face the right way. And let's play from here. Alright. So we're going to talk to our pirate friend over here. Choose where you want to start. Let's see. We have our task. Why is it not showing up? This is interesting. That's interesting. Let's have a look. I remember what's going on. I'm playing as SL2, and SL2 is set to be a prisoner. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Let's see. We need to go back to our player unit that we are going to be playing as, which is, let's see, this guy. Right there. Right. I was wondering if I messed up a trigger somewhere, but that's not the case. It's just I'm playing as the wrong character. And of course SL2 should still be dressed up as a pirate. Right now he still looks like a CSAT soldier, which is not what we want. But let's see. Play from here. Let's talk to this guy. I have a proposition for you. Steal a truck for the pirates. Alright. So let's go get this truck. You did it, great work. If you want help, you can call in my friends by radio. Alright, and now if you look in the radio menu, we have call in your pirate friends. And that should teleport these guys over to the island and start them out. And this is another marker that we should make invisible. I guess I haven't done that, but I will. So let's have a look. we have several several triggers here. Marker 6, I guess, isn't called for yet. So that is something that I will jump back into the init.sqf to do really quick. Now, another thing that we need to fix in this mission, or in this video actually, is that I did make sure that all the boats were destroyed once you choose where to start, but I didn't make sure that the other radio triggers were destroyed as well. So if you open up start radio 1A, we should also call for delete vehicle radio 2A and delete vehicle radio 2B. Of course, in radio 2A, we're going to call for delete vehicle radio 1A and delete vehicle radio 3A. And then finally, in radio 3A, we're going to call for delete vehicle radio 1A, delete vehicle 2A. No, radio 2A. Alright, let's save this. Let's do a final test. Let's start north. Alright, takes a little time. Right, task completed. Choose where to start. Let's open up the radio menu. Start east is still selected for some reason. Right, the boat got destroyed. So now we're just... Interesting. So, something went wrong here. Ah, right, that's not what we want. We want radio 3A. Typo. Let's make sure that radio 1A, radio 3A, yep. Radio 1A, radio 2A, that's correct. And then radio 2A, radio 3A. Yes, alright, cool. So this is all now set up. Right, so another thing that I want to be doing here is, because we have a fairly big mission, it's very open-ended. It is very, well, it could be very long, potentially, because the player can start wherever he wants. He could start over here, get into firefights, he might get wounded, and maybe his medic will die. And if that happens, and he still has like over an hour to play, then he is going to be wounded, right? And he is going to stay wounded for the duration of the mission, which means that he is going to be moaning and complaining, and it's just so annoying. Like, I personally cannot stand it when that happens, and I'd rather restart the mission than continue playing. So I want to do something to combat that, and what I wanted to do is, this is something I made a video about earlier as well, so it's not going to be a really in-depth explanation. I'm going to link to that video in the description below, but I will show you what we're going to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to hide boxes of painkillers, and those boxes of painkillers you will be able to pick up, and they will be able to heal you fully. Okay, but you cannot carry them in your inventory. They're simply an action that you can perform with them, and that will reset your health to being completely healthy again. Right, so what we want to have a prop. Let's say painkiller should be somewhere on the props, I think. Right, that's why. There's a space in the middle. Alright, cool. So, let's see. We have a box of painkillers. Let's say we also need a table, because just having them randomly on the floor doesn't make a lot of sense. So we will take, let's say, a garden table. This also doesn't make a whole lot of sense yet, but you know, this is a bit of dressing up that we can do. Right, and we're just going to put it on the table like so. Now, I'm going to jump to my video and copy the text, the little bit of code that we need to make this work. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I need two pieces of code, but the first, what we want to do is we're going to go to Systems, we're going to Logic Entities, and we're going to be placing a game logic in the world. And I might as well just put it right there. we're going to open it up, and we're going to call it pickup code, I guess. And in init.sqf, I'm going to paste the first bit of code, like so. Now, this looks quite complex, and I don't understand all of it, but we can follow it back. So, let's see. I thought it was more, but picked up count equals 0, means you haven't picked anything up yet. Pickup code equals, once you pick it up, it will be deleted. It will delete the little box of painkillers from the world. It will then say picked up count +1. Hint format, that's better, and you can make this whatever you want. Alright? So, if you want to have a different text, you can, but since this is going to heal the player, which is also part of the code here, which is player set damage 0, this will basically allow this box of painkillers to be picked up. It will then be deleted from the world, and it will reset the player's health to 0, or to being completely healed. Right, so let's get the other piece of code as well. Right, and for the second piece of code, we're going to open up the box of painkillers, and we will copy and paste this add action heal, and this is what will show up in the action menu. So you can make this to be whatever you want as well. But of course, since this is going to heal the player, this action name is going to be heal. And then we have called pickup code, and the pickup code is this game logic right there. So all you need to do from now on is just copy this box of painkillers wherever you want. It doesn't have to have a specific name, it doesn't have to do anything. You can just, do whatever you want. Do whatever you need to do. And do this as many times as you want. So, to showcase this, let's see, I will open up the team leader. I will set my health to be at 28%. Let's say play from here. Right, this guy is dead, and of course, since I am now wounded, I can heal myself, and for some reason the box of painkillers disappeared. Interesting. I also noticed units destroyed is still being displayed as a hint, and yeah, let's have a look. That is something that we're going to need to fix. So let's see, we have a trigger somewhere. Hacker killed 1. Hints, units destroyed. Can be gone. Alright, so I guess what we need to do is we open up the painkillers. And let's see, special states. Enable simulation is ticked, but we should tick it off. And that basically means that when disabled, the object will freeze and ignore any input or collisions. So what basically happened now is it collided with the table, and the physics kind of made it disappear, right? So let's see. This is something new. This looks like it will be very useful as well. When enabled, the object will behave like a map object, like rocks or trees, which significantly saves performance. This option is available only for objects where it leads to improved performance. I guess we could tick that on and see what happens. But definitely want to untick enable simulation. And dynamic simulation is, let's see, is enabled only if the player or an enemy unit is nearby. Huh. That could be interesting as well, but not very necessary. Right, so we have, let's see, did it change color for some reason? Yes, it did. Interesting. So I guess, let's see, simple object. That's still true. Alright, well, it doesn't really matter for now. I'm going to play from here. Let's try it again. Alright, kill the hacker is completed. You can see we are very injured. Now this time around the box of painkillers is around. Now, it is a little bit finicky because as you can see I need to look at a specific point before the heal action shows up. But once we do, it is picked up. In the hints it says, that's better. And I'm now fully healed. The reason I really like this system is because you have a way to heal yourself without, after your medic gets killed, you still have a way to heal yourself, but it also rewards exploration and continuing on. It's not a simple radio message that you can use again and again until, the mission is over, because that feels very cheap. this time around, you know, you actually want to explore. So if you get close to an objective like this one, it pays to have a look around the buildings and see if you can find anything useful to you. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So please leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and want to see more, which I'm sure many of you guys do, because so far these videos seem to be well received. Also, one final note is I never really want to release a mission without voice acting. So if you have a decent microphone and you want to help me out, please give me a message to tell me that, you know, you want to play a role in this mission, like headquarters, or, you know, basically I'll probably be voicing the player character because I have a good microphone and it's not going to be sounding staticky. But for a role like headquarters, a little bit of static isn't so bad because I'm going to add radio static to it anyway. Anyway, that's it for this video. So I'll see you guys for the next one.